In the heart of Alcona County, Michigan, beneath the canopy of ancient trees, Sarah and Jake set up their campsite. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows over the dense woods. Eager to start their camping adventure, they ventured into the forest to collect logs and kindling for a crackling fire. As they gathered wood, the crisp evening air was punctuated by a sudden, bone-chilling scream that echoed through the trees. It was unlike any sound they had ever heard in the wilderness. The scream possessed an almost human quality, but resonated with a depth and volume that seemed impossible for a human to produce. Sarah and Jake exchanged glances, a mixture of surprise and unease coloring their expressions. After a momentary pause, they chuckled nervously, attributing the sound to the mysterious symphony of the wilderness. Brushing off the eerie encounter, they soon had a roaring fire and a sizzling pot of stew for dinner. The warmth of the flames and the aroma of their meal created a cozy ambiance that helped dispel the lingering unease from the earlier scream. Soon they nestled into their tent, enjoying the serenity of the night. However, as the moon climbed higher in the sky, a new disturbance shattered the tranquility. An unsettling grunting sound, accompanied by rustling and movement, came from outside their tent. Panic flashed in their eyes as they exchanged silent glances. Convinced it was a bear scavenging for leftovers, they huddled together inside the tent, their breaths held in fearful anticipation. Minutes passed like hours as the grunting continued. Eventually, the forest fell silent. Tentatively, they unzipped the entrance, cautiously peering outside. To their surprise, the once lively campfire lay extinguished, the remains of their belongings scattered about. The eerie quiet was broken only by the whispering wind through the trees. Their eyes widened with disbelief as they surveyed the chaos. They spent the morning securing their tent and cleaning up their belongings. The morning sun brought a renewed sense of courage, prompting them to explore the surrounding woods. Deer grazed peacefully, and the camera clicked as they captured the beauty of nature. Returning to their campsite, their jaws dropped in disbelief. The tent that they had meticulously set up was now suspended high in a tree, defying all laws of nature. Sarah and Jake stared at each other, realizing that a typical woodland creature couldn't have executed such a feat. The decision to cut short their camping trip became unanimous. They hurriedly packed their belongings, shoving everything into the car. Just as Sarah was about to climb into the driver's seat, she froze, her eyes widening with terror. A large, hairy creature peeked out from behind a tree, its eyes meeting hers in a moment of chilling connection. "Jake," she gasped, her voice barely a whisper. He turned to follow her gaze, and the color drained from his face. Without a second thought, they sped away from the campsite, leaving behind the haunting mystery that lurked in the Michigan wilderness. A few days later, running into an old friend at the barber shop, Jake found out that he'd had a similar incident a couple years prior and even had a name for the creature. What they had encountered was none other than the Grassman, a legendary creature whispered about among the inhabitants of Alcona County. The tale of the Grassman, a towering, hairy beast, had become an integral part of local folklore, but Sarah and Jake had never thought they would become a part of the legend themselves. The eerie encounter in the Michigan woods would forever remain etched in their memories. We hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe for future episodes.